What's going on, you cardboard fanatics? Welcome back to Hit the Brakes TCG. I'm Austin, and it finally looks like Pikachu is starting to chill out a little bit. And Surging Sparks, we may have hit that price where people are like, maybe I'm gonna wait on this. We'll see. It doesn't look like there's going to be much restock or reprint of Surging Sparks before Christmas, so we will see what Black Friday does to this thing and actual Christmas. As the closer we get to Christmas and around the holidays, what this does to the prices. But if we take a look here, Pikachu was up around $600 just about, and it's come down to a $400 and around $450. It really collapsed. But it's only been a day. It could continue to come down, and I think it should. Same thing, Surging Sparks here. We have market price of $195.99. This says unopened. It's 36 loose packs. Okay, $197.99. We are right at that $200 mark still, but we are seeing sales start to we're starting to see sales come down a little bit. 87 sold, 90 sold, 76 sold. And on November 7th, like you see here, 310 sold, 172, 145, 155, 121. Volume's starting to slow down, as it should, as the price goes up. If people aren't losing their minds, which I was thinking they were. And you can see here we're having this little rise go up, and it looks like it's going to bounce off of this 194. And we'll see what it does from there. And the Pikachu has gone straight up, come down, and, well, we don't know. It hasn't been long enough to see if this is going to flatten out, and this $460 price is what the market decides this Pikachu is worth. Now, there are times when you want to buy things, and there are times when you want to sell things. As an item is going up like this, it is not when you want to buy it, unless you start to catch it around $300 right away as the rocket's taking off and you get lucky. What if you missed it? You know, same thing with this. This scares me. Looking at this. This is not something I would play with if I didn't already have it. And typically, what you want to do for the sake of making money, for the sake of your wallet, or if you're collecting and you don't want to pay hundreds of dollars over value of something, and it ends up being a couple $100 less than what you paid for it. You're gonna, unless you don't care, you probably look at that thing and be kind of upset every now and then. But before I show you what me and my brother have been doing this past 6 months or a year, we've been hoarding cards. I went to the local game store today and picked up more than a few singles. These are my 4 favorites. We got the Golden Terapagos from Stellar Crown. We got Iono, and I just could not help myself. We got the GX Cleffa, was that Igglybuff, and yeah, Cleffa, Igglybuff, and Togepi Tag Team GX. I love these tag team cards. Those are my 4 favorites. Most of those are going in my personal collection. I got, a bunch of, I love the rainbow and gold trainer cards, dude. They're so sick. Boss's Orders is one of my favorite cards. I went in there and I was like, hey, let's go pick some stuff up. While people are so focused on Surging Sparks, there's not a lot of demand for the weird stuff and I know a lot of those cards are cheap anyway. I just like the rainbow trainer cards and full art trainer cards. They're mine. I like to collect them. Again, there's another tip. Collect what you actually like and want. Forget what everybody else says. If you like cheap cards, you're better off than anybody. Let me tell you, as far as collecting goes. But what we've been doing over the last year or 6 months is we've just been hoarding cards. We've been buying cards. We've been hoarding them. We haven't had stuff go crazy like this. For example, look at Stellar Crown. I'm picking up Stellar Crown stuff. Now, it does seem that Stellar Crown is gaining a little bit of traction. A little bit. Like $10. It was $5 last time I mentioned it. It's going market price $114 now. Yeah, $114 a box. I am still thinking about picking stuff up. What else we got? Like this Latios here. This looks healthier, this chart here. I know it looks like a squiggly mess, but that looks healthier and more manageable on making a decision than that does. Let's go, 1 month. This is starting to flatten out a little bit here, but I still think this could come down. But if we look at Latios, it came down, bounced back up, came down again, didn't come down as far as it did the first time, and it's bouncing up again. So there are people that are very willing to pay 185, 183, and clearly in the low 200s. Like 220, there weren't that many people willing to pay it, but as soon as it came down to 185, you can see the volume here, and I know this is when the set came out too. This is kind of skewed also, but same here. It happened twice, so this is kind of showing itself here. Like the volume spiked again November 15th and 16th when it came down into the 180s. So this, if I wanted to spend $100 and whatever dollars on a Latias, $193 on a Latias, I feel like now would be the time, as it was coming up off this second low, because it's already bounced off of it twice. Again, it could come down, you never really know, but you like to see strength somewhere on these charts. Like Stellar Crown has held over $100, 104. It smacked off that 104 on, October 13th, and now we're sitting at $115. So again, whether it is, you're looking at boxes or singles, same thing. Me personally, if I didn't already have it, I wouldn't be buying it, because it's shown it's just been straight FOMO and craziness. I think it could still possibly go up, and I'm not saying buy it. I'm saying wait until it chills out. Wait until it does that thing where the chart goes flat or bounces off the same price a couple times, and then make a decision. Because then you have actual data to look at. This is just nuts. Like, I paid between 100 and 110 for all my boxes. I'm not paying. I haven't bought any more. I wanted to get some more, but it just kept going crazier and crazier, and I was just like, I'm out. I got what I got. It is what it is. Same thing with prismatic evolutions. I don't even have that pulled up. I've shown that so many times. It is what it is. I'll just buy the Japanese equivalent. That's crazy. I missed it. They might reprint. They might reprint. Cool. They might not. I refuse. I'm not gonna FOMO into that. I got 2 entire Elite Trainer boxes for $60. That was it. That's it. I feel like I did okay on those, but I wanna open one, dude. Like, I'm gonna have one ETB sitting on the shelf to hold on to. It is what it is, but I missed it, and I'm not gonna FOMO into stuff like that. Okay, so we talked about Stellar Crown and this booster box. Let's use a single as an example. We kind of already did with the Latias, but that's the most recent set, and there's still a lot of hype here. So I don't want to use that example as the one to prove my point. Let's look at Stellar Crown singles. I feel like the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur were pretty sought after in this set. Like, the Terapagos is what is it, $80, $90 right now? It's okay, it's the chase card. But I feel like Squirtle and Bulbasaur, they're Gen 1 starters. People collect these. Like, I collect Bulbasaurs. I have a few of these. Squirtle here, okay, came down, what did it, 52 right when the box came out. Yeah, this is that chart. $50 right when the box came out. Hype had to die down. All right, it collapsed. It went to $38, then it went to 40, then it went to 45, came back down to 40. 40 was that spot, and now we see it jump off of 40, and now we're sitting at 50 again. You wanted to be buying in this boring part when nobody else was talking about it, after everybody already exited and people are willing to sell it to you for $38. Now, you're probably never going to catch the bottom, but if you see stuff, going stagnant and just bouncing up and down a little bit, psychologically, that's hard to do, because you look at it and go, oh shit, it's collapsed. Nobody cares about this card. Nobody's going to buy this. Eventually, interest will come back, especially if it's an iconic Pokemon like Squirtle chilling with Pidgey, okay? And I'm biased. I like Gen 1 Pokemon. There are other alt arts, there are other art rares, there are other SIRs that you can do this with the chart too, okay? Same thing with Bulbasaur. Came down to 30, chilled in 30 to the $30 to $35 range for like a month and a half. And we just had interest come back. Now we're sitting back at 44. So in that month and a half, where it's just going like this, that's when you want to jump on stuff, especially like cards you really like to collect, or if you're trying to flip cards and make money on them. It's better for your wallet either way. Whether you're collecting, wait for the crash. Wait for people to dump them. Wait for the hype to die down and then jump in. This is just my rambling, because I went and bought a bunch of singles that were like $4 today. A few of them were, more than $4, but it's like, I like those cards. I'm gonna go get them. And that just made me think, like, people don't wait for the boring part. They completely ignore everything when it's boring. That's when you should be paying the most attention. You should be buying and paying attention when it's boring and selling in times like now. Now, I'm not saying sell everything now. Hype goes in stages. So right now, the hype is in Surging Sparks, right? If you had a good position in Surging Sparks and you were wanting to lock in some gains, make some profits, whatever, now would be the time to sell it. Other things like, Stellar Crown. I wouldn't sell this yet, personally. I mean, if you want to sell it and make a $10 profit, you bought it down here at 104 and you want to sell it for 114, hey, you do you, boo-boo. But like these cards, you bought it for 38, you want to sell it for 50, you have an opportunity here. There's opportunities like this when things are boring. So now when the hype is on a certain set, it's almost like you want to go and do something else that everybody else isn't doing. Like I'm looking at picking up more Stellar Crown singles. I'm looking at picking up I got the Obsidian Flames Charizard in a PSA 10 like 3.5 months ago. And what's that doing right now? Actually, let's look on eBay. I picked it up for $225 at a game store. Charizard VMAX PSA 10. Is it the VMAX? The Japanese is going... What? Nah, dude. Obsidian Flames Charizard PSA 10, dude. Okay, where is sold? That cannot be right, bro. 280 and there's... What? No shot. Where's sold? Where in the fuck is sold? Advanced. Okay, sold items. There we go. Now, how do I go back? 360. Okay, I'm doing okay on this one. So, just the price was coming down actively on this when I picked it up. It was months ago. I don't remember. It was probably more than 3 months ago now at this point. But I paid $225 for it at a shop. Like, I didn't even get, he gave me $10 off the sticker price. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. I'll sit on it. But, interest does come back. And I don't know why interest is coming back to Obsidian Flames like this right now, but I guess it's just the Zard doing Zard things. I don't know. But that's what you kind of got to do. So, yeah, Pikachu's all the hype. You want to have one, sure. But it's not, I feel like it's not the smartest decision to jump into the hottest thing at the time. Anyway, yeah, just me picking up cards, had this thought pop into my head, and I wanted to make a little ramble video about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe button. Catch you in the whatever. You hit all the buttons. I'll catch you in the next.